It is great to have you back here at Coin Lady channel. Bitcoin was about to cross the $50,000 mark yesterday. Just under $50,000 is what we're seeing today. Most of the market panicked when it dropped below 49,000, but we were all expecting a rebound. Nevertheless, I'm not even going to open TradingView at our lowest point since I don't think we'll go that low. Although we were anticipating a hit of 47,000, it was just under 48,000, which was fantastic. However, everything should be fine so long as we maintain control. The major thing I'm considering is the possibility of this going over $52,000, which would have a tremendous impact on the market as a whole. We are patiently waiting for XRP to restore its momentum and rise above 56 cents, as it has been fluctuating between 50 and a few cents. To me, that's the most important thing. The weekly candle close this week will really confirm the positions of most coins and the market, so I think everyone should be paying attention to that. In terms of the average 24-hour time frame, we can observe that several currencies are beginning to move heavily on the 7-day time frame. I believe that by the middle of this year, the majority of coins should have reached extremely high levels. Please, God. Additionally, I believe that the market will also have a significant awakening. It's there. We've been discussing institutional adoption and concentration. It has reached an all-time high now. Someone on X, Sean McBride 16, recently posted that Ripple and XRP were about to announce some major news. During the following 2 days, it is already 14 days after this was posted on February 6. Looking into this person's history reveals that they come from a long line of successful people. For example, they were the global talent acquisition manager at Ripple for a couple of years. However, we do have additional backgrounds on our side, such as Amazon, Google, etc. He must have known something, right? Right now, it appears like everyone is concentrating on what Ripple was actually considering, which had to do with institutions. We spent some time there concentrating on PolySign since, well, it seemed like this was the missing element, didn't it? And we had to attempt to decipher it in light of Ripple's future developments. Given that many of the indicators and businesses associated with Ripple in the past several years have concentrated on institutions, we were well aware that they were approaching. Digital assets of the future were being built by Poly symbol. Financial institutions may now make full use of their digital assets, thanks to Polysatin's state-of-the-art, secure, scalable infrastructure. Our aim at Polytron is to create a peasant-class infrastructure that allows institutions to secure and transact in digital assets throughout the financial markets and the payment industry. This will promote the worldwide adoption of digital assets, which is an opportunity of a generation. Beyond this, the primary reason for the heightened interest in the Poly sign was its connection to David Schwartz and Arthur Brito, 2 Ripple employees who were involved in the building of the XRP ledger. But after that, what transpired? We began to notice a significant shift, though. Everyone began to wonder what was going on after we received the information about the Polysatin public auction notice of foreclosure sale in December. He had a negative outlook on Ripple. Can you tell me what's happening here? Plus, there's been some major news. Brad Garland House was able to enhance our current product offerings, investigate potential new products and use cases, and remain fully compliant yesterday, thanks to standard custody. Compliance is the operative term. So far, Respond has obtained a VSP registration from the Central Bank of Ireland, an MPI license from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and approximately 40 US money transmitter licenses. Plus, it's mind-boggling that everything transpired in the span of, the past 3 months. Thus, Ripple is taking these steps to establish their reputation in the international financial system. A fascinating part of this is when CoinDesk announced that Ripple was intending to acquire crypto custodial standard custody, in addition to its New York charter. This section seems to be pointing toward this was completely owned by PolySign, so it's unclear what Ripple's objectives are. However, it appears that Ripple is currently concentrating on the US. In my opinion, this is a huge development because it appears that Ripple is acquiring a portion of the Polycom business. Looking to expand beyond its payments network business, the corporation is making moves. Now, getting down to the meat of the article, we can observe that Ripple's is planning to acquire a company with a New York trust charter. This would allow it to broaden its business operations in the US, expanding beyond its well-known role as a payments network, which is, by the way, a huge deal, especially in the US. After striking an agreement to buy Center Custody and Trust Code, Ripple is still awaiting approval from the New York regulator for its second acquisition of a custody business. Despite its high-profile legal battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, which has largely gone against the regulator, and its continued focus on international expansion, the global payments company said on Tuesday that it is still attempting to expand its capabilities in order to secure a New York trust charter as part of its ongoing expansion of its U.S. regulatory licensing. The purchase of the company's New York-based West Limited Purpose Trust Charter will allow Ripple to expand its in-house service offerings, including to financial institutions looking to tokenize assets. Keep in mind what I said about Ripple earlier. If you visit their website and look at the job listings, you'll notice that they're recruiting for positions related to institutional DeFi efforts built on the XRP ledger. There is tokenization now. This is a huge shift, and it will change the face of the financial industry as a whole in the coming years. The company is aiming to expand its offerings beyond its well-known payments network into other financial products that their institutional customers can use blockchain technology for. This includes an infrastructure layer, custody services, liquidity services, and something at the core of the network. All of these things work together. Including a comment from Monica Leung, we want to provide these financial institutions with an increasing number of infrastructure pieces. Since they are interested in serving as an infrastructure component, we perceive this as providing us with some leeway. You get everything you need with them. For the time being, they are all considered part of Ripple. That, too, is something that needs serious consideration. Plus, she referred to it as a project with a long duration. Furthermore, she mentioned that Ripple is still working on finalizing its U.S. money transmission licensing. As for standard custody interests, Ripple has chosen not to reveal the details. Additionally, they are still awaiting approval from the New York Department of Financial Services as a crypto custody and settlement business. If approved, customers would be able to maintain custody with Ripple instead of relying on an external partner. In the United States, Ripple has made a name for itself by squarely challenging the SEC's claims that XRP constituted a security in federal court. While one judge has sided with Ripple, the matter will likely proceed to higher courts for further resolution, particularly with institutional offerings of XRP. I believe that will come to a close at some point. In my opinion, it will most likely conclude this year. To reiterate, we don't know if that is hopeful or not. Am I correct? Everything is possible. However, the United States is a major market. There is hope for the United States to take the lead in innovation, in our opinion. Of course, they might be correct in thinking that using a platform like Ripple will give them a significant advantage over their competitors. After all, Ripple has been there for more than a decade, hasn't it? They are experts in their field. It would be beneficial for the US to investigate US-based companies like Ripple, which have shown interest in potentially moving outside of the US, since they have been at the forefront of blockchain-based technology for quite some time. Moreover, Senator Cassidy provided us with an update, and we are happy to announce that we have entered into an acquisition agreement with Ripple. We are excited about the next chapter of our story and look forward to continuing to focus on our strengths, building enterprise-grade solutions for our customers. You may find a secure custody solution that can withstand the most stringent requirements and help financial or institutional investors access the value of digital assets when you visit the website of Standard Custody. My apologies. Keep in mind that the focus here is on regulations pertaining to compliance. Their goal is to guarantee that the entire Here we can observe the pinnacle of regulatory and compliance standards in the areas of ecosystem, security, and regulation. Superb job. Furthermore, the New York State Department of Financial Services is seen on the right side of the scene. The NYDFS has granted them a charter, which means they can now provide clients with custodial and escrow services. All aspects of a typical customer's operations are examined by the New York Department of Financial Services. This includes the company's security measures, operational processes, and compliance programs, rules, and procedures. For Ripple, this is a major purchase because it gives them a significant competitive advantage and puts them in a prime position to target customers in the United States. In my opinion, this is quite significant. It seems like a huge leap to me. Feel free to leave a comment below expressing your thoughts on the matter. And, as always, we ask that you like and subscribe. Goodbye for now.